In an interesting update of events, Cricket West Indies has admitted to changing their selection eligibility policy regarding Test, T20 internationals and ODI cricket for the West Indies men's teams. Naasira Mohammed secured the opinions of two of the most trusted names in regional cricket commentary.
Cricket analyst Barry Wilkinson believes it was a reckless approach that sees the regional board pandering to the whims and fancy of a group of cricketers and asks for clarification from CWI on the update to the rules.
I think it is a reckless approach that could further encourage players to be even less committed to West Indies cricket. A team has to play together, gel together and work together. And if we're going to have structure in our cricket, then we need to improve the first-class competition and have the leading players compete. If the white ball cricketers want to play in leagues when the first-class competition is going on, then let them go ahead. But there's a feeling that these relaxation in rules are being done to accommodate some players who want to have their cake and eat it too, and also tick off Test cricket as a format that they might have played. In January, Shea Hope reportedly turned down tour in Australia for a Test tour because correctly he said he has not played any red ball cricket and his preparation has not been up to scratch. Are we saying now that this is the approach going forward? I think we need some clarification.
Meanwhile, former Trinidad and Tobago first-class cricketer turned analyst Colin Murray welcomed the move, saying that it will give players who ply their trades in franchise leagues outside of the West Indies a chance to bring their talent back without worry about an eligibility quota.
I actually think it's a really good idea that CWI shelved that policy of players must play in domestic tournaments to gain selection on a West Indies team. There are too many good players in and around West Indies cricket that have played in franchise leagues, etc. And they're good enough to play all the formats. And you know, when you look at other countries, you have quite a number of players playing all the formats, and they not necessarily play an entire season of county cricket, for example, in England. So, you know, I think it's a great idea. They should judge people not only in domestic competitions but outside. The thing is, they must be playing cricket. I'm not going to pick someone who's just sitting around doing nothing. So if they're playing cricket and they're involved in the franchise leagues, and not only are they playing but doing well, I see no reason why they should not be included in a West Indies team. So I think it's a good idea, you know, to shelve the policy and let's open it up, see if everybody you know, who is good enough to play all the formats, and once they're willing to play for the West Indies, then by all means, give them selection.
When asked if this move will make the domestic competitions irrelevant, Murray said the domestic competitions will benefit the fringe players who need that extra exposure to get the required standard for international cricket.
I certainly don't think it will make the domestic competitions irrelevant. You still have to have your domestic competitions because you have players on the fringe, you have players that you want to see in a competitive game, and then of course you have the youngsters who are coming up to be given the opportunity to play at domestic level and just to see just how good they are. And if they could make the step up, because if you can't make the step up at domestic level, then you know, then you're not going to really make the step up at international level. So the domestic competition will still be relevant. You know, they've got to ensure that the best of the rest, let me put it like that, would be playing. But more importantly, they would have to look at the emerging players and give them the opportunity to play in domestic competition, and we have to search for new talent. So the domestic competitions certainly will not become irrelevant.
Naasira Mohammed, TTT Sport.